you ever received a gift that you did not want? You probably took it from your relative, friend, whoever may be, opened the box, looked inside, and it was like, oh, man, why did they get this for me? You probably felt a little annoyed, a little irritated, a little upset, or even a little mad, because that was the thing you did not want. But it's like struggling. Struggling is a thing you do not want, but it's the thing you need. But there's 3 points in this gift that make it worth it. Embrace, opportunity, and connection. Let's take a hypothetical scenario of receiving a gift. You take your gift, you open it, you first look inside at that thing you did not want. You just look at it, you're kind of dumbfounded and in awe. And you're not sure what to do. That's the first part. Embrace. Not positive or negative. Embrace. Let's put our scenario aside for a second. Let me give you a little more personal example. How many of you all have raised turkeys? It's a super common thing to do, of course. Well, that was a big part of my life for several years. And the first time I ever showed turkeys, I had this little brown, scrawny turkey. It was like nothing. My only goal during that whole summer was I just got to get to that show ring and make it there. But throughout the course of having this bird, I learned to embrace. Embrace. Just take it all in. Take in the whole experience. Whether there was a positive moment that came my way, I took it in. Even the negative moments that came along the way, I took them in. I embraced all of it, wanted to experience all of it. The good news was I did make it to that show arena that year. But let's hit a quick pause on my story about turkeys. Let's head back to our box and our gift real quick. So we've seen our gift, we've embraced it, kind of just taken it in like, oh, okay, it's here. But the next part comes in struggling like that, the opportunity, the good and the bad. Let's go back to our story about turkeys. I remember when I was in that show ring with that little brown scrawny turkey. And I remember looking across the show ring and I saw all these beautiful turkeys. Oh, they were the best. They were the winning ones. And I looked across and I said, I want that. That is what I want. Opportunity presented itself right in that moment. But I would not hold that winning banner for 5 years. It was 5 years of bad. That's what I like to call it best. Lots of hustling, lots of grinding, lots of trying to figure out what is the best way to do this. There were moments I wanted to just give up and quit because I didn't care at that point. There were moments I just did not want to do it, hardly some days. There were moments I just wanted to scream and yell at the sky, but I just kept going, and I kept going. I kept researching, I kept studying, I kept learning about these birds. What opportunities are they going to give me? That was the bad part in all this. But like the bad things, they always turn into the good. But this is where the good really came in. I finally got to hold my purple banner. I finally got to raise it up in the air and say, yes, I'm the winner. I won. Which is pretty great, right? All that bad that happened along the way, those 5 years, it paid off. Good. Now I'm like the expert, the pro, right? No. Well, I told myself after that first year, I can do this again. And of course, I did it again. I won again. But here's where the good starts to play in. My relationships around me began to change. People would always tell me congratulations to my face, but were always so jealous behind my back, like, she's the girl that always wins. My ego started to get to my head. I was the best. I could do it all. Of course, I can do it. Began to change dynamics of how I viewed myself, how I viewed a lot of my character. And of course, after you win twice, you're hungry for more. And so I decided I was going to go through a third time, and I did not win. That up there is my sister. She won. I remember that day in the show arena perfectly, though. So going into that show, I was like, I got this. I'm the winner. I'm going to win, right? Let's get in there. I remember the judge picks out the top 5, right in the row, right in the center. And I got smack dab in the center of those. My sister was on the other end. I remember the judge going down the row, placing them. 5th, 4th, 3rd, which was me, reserve, grand champion. My sister had just won the whole show. Now you would think in this moment, oh, she's probably going to go over and tell her sister congratulations and everything else. No, I was a really sore loser in that moment. I was upset. I was crying. I would not talk to my sister. I was just mad. I had worked hard that whole summer. I knew what I was doing, and I did not win. That's the good. It may not seem good, but it's the good. Because the good part is learning how to struggle in times when you are the victor and the winner, and how to handle defeat when it comes along is a real test. In that moment, I didn't handle myself like a winner. I was a poor excuse of a sister, a friend, or whoever it may be. And that was terrible. I should have been so happy for her. She's my sister, for crying out loud, but I wasn't. So remember, the bad, that grinding, that hustling, that you gotta keep going, keep one foot at a time, and keep pushing forward. The good, you're the winner, but it's testing your character. Can you maintain it? And that's the real challenge. But let's put a pause on the story and go back to our gift. We've embraced it. We may have seen the opportunity a little bit, but then as you look at your gift, you look up and you see the person that gives it to you. The connection. The people are key. Let's go back to my turkey story. My sister had helped me that entire summer without a complaint. Anything I told her to do, she would just do it. She'd help me along the way. When I couldn't do certain things, she's also a little taller than me, so she could reach things off the top shelf I couldn't, or whatever it may be. Also, another big factor that played into this was my family. My parents. They provided me with all the resources I needed to make sure I was successful in that ring. To make sure I would be able to hold my first banner up, I would be so proud of it. My sister, when we went to the sale, into the ring, she held the banner for me. That was one of the best things ever. The connections. The people are key. When you're struggling with something in life, there's always people there, and they just want to make it a little easier. Whether it's the smallest little thing they can do for you, or something big and massive. It's like having your own personal fan club, or cheerleading base, or whatever you would like to call it. They're there for you. They just want to make that a little bit easier for you. Let's end our story and go back to our box this final time. The embrace, the opportunity, the connection. 3 main things and why struggling is a gift. But what was it necessarily what was in it or what was around it that you got out of it? It's probably the best part of it. Struggling is a gift. No matter what comes along our way, or what we see as a threat, or we face an adversity in us, it's always a gift. It's always there for us. We may not have wanted it, but it's what we needed in that moment. So always remember, struggling is a gift, no matter what obstacle or challenge comes our way. Thank you.